Oh, we made it. Boy. Hey,
Wow.
Facebook family. Guess who I got here? Miss Annette Jackson. And I see you didn't put your full name in there, Annette Jackson of Great Destination. We starting off on the show.
I
I'm
started to, but I was like, I don't know if I should or not. I don't know. Hey, this is my
Annette
first
didn't.
time.
She look. It's her first time, y'all, but she ready. I like those. Oh, what she got on is cute. Got her little top on. Look at her cute. Her hair and her glasses on.
Trying to get
Yeah,
some of this warm weather in here.
I know that's right. And it's been beautiful this week.
Yeah.
Yesterday was just hot though. I don't know what's going on yesterday. It was hot. But this is the beginning, so we might as well get used to it. So I don't want to complain because it's been so cold of late. But thank you guys. Welcome for joy. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to put up my different background because that's a little bit too light in the back. So give me 1 second so I can give it a little darkness. There we go, so we can see. Thank you so much for joining us. This is Linda Outerbridge of Hook a Sister Up and Miss Annette Jackson of Great Destinations, and she's a local travel company that
Hello.
you will hear more about.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yes. Oh, she got a lot to share, y'all. So she asked how long the show is going to be. I said 20 minutes, but we're going to go longer. I'm trying not to go too much longer, but she's going to go longer because she got a lot to share. She got some trips coming up y'all going to want to know about. But before we get going with Miss Annette, again, Linda Outerbridge of Hook a Sister Up. And this, what Annette's going to be doing is the Sister Says Sister series. So usually if I'm on here, I'm doing Hidden in Plain Sight, where I interview and showcase women entrepreneurs and their businesses that may be off the radar you may not know about. So that's Hidden in Plain Sight. But with Annette, she is going to be talking about her upcoming travel series on our um, online platform called Sister Says Sister Series. And that's where, just so you guys know, in Sister Says Sister Series, it's a takeover where women take over our Facebook groups and teach, train, whatever you want to do, product review, whatever you want to share about your business. That's under Sister Says Sister Series. But for Hasu members, if you're a Hasu member, you get to have your own series under Hasu TV. And yes, they're uploaded to our YouTube channel under Hasu TV. So Annette, being she's in the travel industry, she's going to be talking about all things travel. And that's going to be anything. Look at her, she's ready too. All things travel.
Mm.
So, as a Hasu member, she is the only one in Hasu that is in the travel industry. So she got all kind of stuff she can talk about. So she'll be talking about some of her topics tonight that she'll be talking about. And of course, you can always leave your comments on things you may want to learn about or know about in the travel industry that she can prepare ahead of time when she do her series. So you can always drop those in the comments as well in the replays if you want to find out something specific related to travel. So I've said my spiel. I've talked a little bit about Sister Says and what Annette's going to be talking about today. So, welcome, Annette Jackson of Great Destinations. Yay!
Thank you, Linda. Thank you for inviting me. Travel is my thing.
And we want to hear about how travel is your thing. So, that's the first thing I want to know. How did you get into travel? Why is travel your thing? Oh, and if you haven't shared already, please share this interview, Annette, to your groups, your personal pages. And if you are on this page and you are on my main page, Linda Outerbridge, you can also share it before Annette really get into talking about her travel business today. So please be sure to share it. If you are in our group, you cannot share it as a private group. However, you can share from the Linda Outerbridge, my personal page. So please share before Annette really get into it so we can get these questions in. I see we have a comment right now.
Share, share, share.
Who is it? Marcia. Good evening, Annette Jackson and host Linda Outerbridge. Hey, Marcia. Thanks for joining us. And
Hello.
please stick with us tonight and please share as well. So, Annette,
Yes.
let's talk. How'd you get into this travel thing?
Well, I've always wanted to travel, but I didn't always have the time.
Mm,
So I thought, why don't I make some money while I travel so that I
ooh,
can travel? So I thought, when I started thinking about what type of business I wanted to do, because my first business was jewelry, and I love jewelry.
uh-huh.
So once that business closed, when I started thinking about something else, I said, I want to travel. Um, why not take some people with me? Why not?
Love it.
Because I didn't have anyone to travel with, really.
Uh-huh.
What I mean? So you get all these people that say they want to travel, but when it's time to go, you by yourself. So
You
I
ain't
said,
for that solo travel stuff, huh?
right. So I'm going to do group travel. So that's what I got into. That's why I got into travel, because I really want to,
Hmm.
and it's fun. It's huge. The travel industry is so. I didn't realize how huge it was until I got into it and started actually doing the business.
Hmm.
And there's so many. It was just too much for me. I was like overwhelmed. So I
Hmm.
finally picked my niche, which is cruise industry. That's
The
my
which one? Which industry?
cruise, the cruise
Oh
industry.
yes, that's my industry too, girl.
Yeah.
Meaning I love to travel and cruising.
Yeah. And that's when I actually decided, when I went on my first cruise, I actually started really thinking about
Hmm.
the travel industry. So that's how I ended up here. Um, I enjoy it. I do. So there are two aspects. I was a travel advisor for Expedia. I have since left Expedia this year, and now I'm with an agency called Travel Quest. That's my host agency.
Okay.
So Great Destinations um, is more of my group trips my bus trips that I do
Hmm.
outside of the cruise industry.
Hmm.
So a little bit about my bus trips. So I do group travel, and right now I do bus trips that are like 6-7 days long. Yes,
Ooh, girl.
love it. You gotta like to ride if you want to do a trip. So I started this 3 years ago, and
Hmm.
my first trip was to New York, and
Oh,
we were
nice.
there 4 consecutive nights.
Hmm.
It was a 6-night trip.
Hmm.
So um, you ride the bus, and then you stay overnight on the way there. Then you get to New York, and you stay. We actually stayed in New Jersey, but we were in New York every day.
Right.
And then on the way home, we stayed overnight before we got back into town. So
Hmm.
it kind of broke up the trip some. So you're not just riding, you
Right.
know. So in that bus trip, everything is included except your lunch. So your breakfast is
Ooh.
included, your dinners are included. Any venues that we go to, like when we went to um, what is Statue of Liberty
Right.
Island, and we went to a lot of other places.
Hmm.
It's already paid for. The 9/11 Museum, it's all included in the price of the.
Oh my goodness. Now that's a trip.
Yes, and we're going on that trip again next month, June 16th through the 22nd. So if you want to jump on board, you can. I still have just a few seats left.
Y'all, she said she still got seats left. How many people are on it so far and
So
going on
far,
this trip?
46.
Did you say 20?
46.
She said 46, y'all. Now y'all know a busload of fun. She just said 46 people. I just can't imagine going on a busload with 46 people. Now you know, you can't be no
Yes.
fuddy duddy. You can't be no, I don't like to be around people
Oh, you can't.
person.
No. But by the
If you on a
time
bus with
what?
46 people.
By the time you're done, you done made a lot of friends.
Oh, girl.
And we stop every. Okay, so the bus trip, we stop every 2 to 2.5 hours for a
Mm,
break. Okay,
mm.
so so you
That's
just,
incentive right there to go.
yeah, it breaks, and you're so excited, right? It's all this chitter chatter going on the bus. People, getting to know one another,
Uh-huh.
and we watch movies, we play games. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot.
Oh my God. How do
Yeah.
you do it? I mean, how I'm curious to know how you're managing that many people on that length of that's a long trip. And
But
you're responsible for
yeah, thank God they are all
all the
adults.
activity. Oh, I was wondering how are you managing all that? I mean, because you have to keep everybody like
Yeah.
entertained and
So
games and all this stuff like that.
yeah, it takes some planning. It takes some
Wow.
planning. Now my sister she's helping me.
Oh,
She's my
good.
helper. Yes, I have a helper now. So
Oh, yes.
she
That's so
gets,
good.
yeah. So it's because you're on a bus, you're riding, and if they have questions, if I run into problems, anybody have any issues, then I try and resolve those issues for them.
Mm,
I'm their advocate. I'm there. I'm just there with them. I'm looking and enjoying the trip too.
right.
So it's the managing part is the way I manage it is as people come on board,
Hmm.
then I keep them updated through emails. I
Mm,
establish
gotcha.
email. And then I send out periodic notes about
Okay.
the trip, you know. Because I'm working with a company called Diamond Tours, they're the ones that do all the logistics work. So I
Hmm.
don't have to do any of the logistics.
Gotcha.
We get dropped off at the door and picked up at the door. It's um,
Oh,
yeah. And then we have tour guides they're called step on tour guides. They get on the bus with us and they're with us for 3 days.
shut
And
the front door.
they're showing us and taking us. And we do have little, things that we want to see that's not on the agenda.
Right.
So they'll take us and point out, all the different locations, especially in New York. I mean,
Right.
it's just
Everywhere. Just so much to see, I can imagine.
yes, yes.
I've
We're
never been to New York and always wanted to go. So that would have been a good one. Well, I may not be able to make this one, but that would have been a good one to go with other people instead of going by myself trying to figure it out.
and the thing about New York is, when we're there, we don't have to drive. We don't have to worry about parking and all.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We don't need a GPS because the bus knows where to take. The bus
Right.
driver knows where to take us, and the tour guide knows because they're
Right.
local. So they know this. They know the city. So
I just love it. Well,
yes,
I can definitely vouch for Annette, y'all. I haven't been on 3 cruises with Annette, and
yeah.
I know she's planned 2 of them. And let me tell you, when
Mhm.
she says she got it together, them notes be coming, them letters be coming, and reminders be coming. You're like, okay, wait, I ain't ready, I ain't ready. She almost like the carnival countdown clock because
I know, right?
she is almost like the carnival countdown clock, and she's seeing you stuff it's just rolling in. I said, this girl must have this stuff systematized because I know I mean, you have to have
It's
a
a lot,
process. It has
you
to
know.
have you have to have something in place
And
after so many
sometimes I
cruises.
have new travelers and that's
Hmm.
not used to it. So it's definitely important to keep them up to date and
Hmm.
give them as much information so they'll know what to do. Once you get into the ports, you got to find your rides wherever you want to go, or unless you're going to rent something to
Right.
ride. So,
Hmm.
I have to make sure that they're taken care of and how
Hmm.
to get those things done.
Right.
That what the last one we went on was Turks. Was it Turks
Yes.
and
Kirk. I can never say that. Kirkos, Turks, and
Turks and Caicos and
yes,
the Dominican
yes,
Republic.
yes.
Yeah. So
I
when we
thought so.
went,
I think I've been there before.
the Dominican,
Yeah, I could remember. I said, have I been there before?
I don't know, maybe your first cruise,
I don't know.
but yeah, just making sure everyone is taken care of. We have some nervous people, and I love it. I love it. It's a
Well,
lot.
I'm glad your niche is as you say cruises because that's all I want to do is cruises. I'll do a bus trip because I am curious, but cruise is my thing. I just want
Yeah.
to. I ain't
Well,
gonna
and
be
then a
2 years
cruise.
behind.
Well, I am going to do a cruise for later this year, so I'm getting that information to.
Yes.
And we're going to do the bigger ships this time. We're going to do
We gonna do the grown up ships.
we're going to do the grown up.
We do the
But
grown up.
I don't care. I know people talk. I know people talk about Carnival, but let me tell you, Carnival. When you leaving the port, you jamming on the leader.
Remember that first cruise we went on? We jumped in we checked in and got in the back. They was hustling and music. I
Yeah,
said, what is this? It was Hustle
that
City.
was
I'm thinking,
man.
what did we now that was my first time really just because Randy and I we went on Royal Caribbean. That was my first cruise Royal Caribbean. That's a
That was
whole different thing when you go on a carnival.
that was my first cruise to the Royal Caribbean,
Oh,
Navigator of the Seas.
oh,
And when I went on Carnival, I was like, oh no, this is it. You know what I mean? But we always, got on the where were we? 4 and 5 nights, something like that.
Yeah.
So
Uh-huh.
the next one that I do is the bigger ships are on the longer cruises.
Yeah.
So you have to be ready to cruise for at least 6, 7, 8 days. So
I don't know about that, Annette. I barely made that last one we did, the 5. I was like, when are we getting off this water? I was like, this is enough. I've seen enough of this.
but with those cruises you have more ports. So
Yeah, but it was a lot of water. I said, when we gonna get to our first stop? What, 2 days from now? I was like,
I had
no.
I had a balcony, yep. But I didn't spend a
Yeah,
whole
you
lot of
had
time.
the real room.
Yeah, well,
It
you
was
gotta
so much
you have to
fun though.
experience a balcony. You
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
have to. Yeah.
It was so much fun. My little travel buddy Cheryl, she better be ready because I just like,
Oh, she says she is.
or now I'm gonna give me a new travel buddy because I'm ready to go. I'm so ready to go.
She wants me to let her know when it's all ready. Yeah.
Good, because I am so ready. So let's talk about whatever you want to talk about next. Your other trips. You said
Okay,
which one
my
you have
other
coming
trip,
up?
I do have another trip. It is actually Savannah, you guys. We're going to Savannah.
Oh,
I know. We will leave on a Sunday and we'll return on a Saturday. That following Saturday. We'll be in Savannah 4 nights.
that's a lot of days.
Girl, you wouldn't even know. All you doing is riding. You're not even driving. You don't even
No,
get
let
on
me
that.
stop. Let me stop. Y'all listen to Annette. Don't listen to me
Yeah,
because
don't listen to Linda.
don't listen to me. I don't want to discourage y'all just because I don't like it.
And it's set up like the New York trip. It's
Mhm,
it's 7 days, 6 nights.
mhm.
You stay an overnight going and coming back home.
Oh, nice.
And we'll be touring Savannah, and then we're going to North Carolina. Somewhere in North Carolina, we're going to be checking something
And
out.
I love both spots, North Carolina and
Yeah,
Savannah.
and that
Oh,
trip takes place October
oh, good. Give
2nd
me some dates.
through the 8th, the 2nd through the 8th, Sunday through Saturday. And so we'll be visiting the First African Baptist Church. We'll be at Jekyll Island, St. Simons Island. Um, oh, we're going to Beaufort, South Carolina. We're going to do some touring
Oh,
here. Yeah, so it's a lot. It's going to be a whole lot involved. So
now
if
how many seats for that? I mean, I'm sure you know your buses by now. How many seats how many available people
it
can? I mean, how many
accommodates
people?
it accommodates 56.
Oh, that's a lot.
That one does is 56. And
Mhm.
so we leave 2 seats open, 2 or 3 seats
Okay,
open. Yeah.
okay.
Because
Price point. What's your price point for that one? Your cost.
the price point for that is 779.
Okay.
It includes, let me tell y'all,
I know she got a list. Y'all told y'all she got herself together.
it includes 10 meals. That's 6 breakfasts and 4 dinners. You're responsible for your lunch. Now, I always get this question: how much money do you think I should bring? It just depends on how much shopping you want to do.
Yes.
Souvenirs. If you want to do those things, then you know. But really, it don't take a whole lot. I don't spend a lot of money when I go on these trips
Hmm.
because I don't shop. First of all,
Hmm.
not really. I just buy souvenirs, you
Right.
know, little things, and I will splurge for lunch. But um,
Because all your stuff is built in. Once you pay, like you said, you don't have to really come off anything except for the money you want to take for, bringing a bunch of stuff back.
right,
But
right.
once you pay for that trip, it covers so much.
And it accommodates people that have walkers and scooters. Even if
Okay.
you have the electric scooters, I do have people that will bring their scooters.
Oh,
They
nice.
Yeah, they fit on the bus underneath the.
Okay.
Yep. So you don't have to worry about that.
I'm glad you said that because I can imagine these trips are a lot of walking. So I'm glad you said that.
It Yes. And it's geared really towards an older group of
Hmm.
people. So I would say most people is about 45 and older that's on
Hmm.
these trips. And so there are some that come with those that need help walking.
Okay.
So they try not to have you walk as long.
Okay.
as far. So that's why the bus take us right to where
Where
we
we
need
need to go.
to go.
We need to go. Okay. That's good to know.
Now, back to the New York trip right quick. So I do have people that want to do shows. They want to go to the shows, of course, Broadway, right?
Yes.
So they can break off from our group and what we're doing, and they can go to all the shows they want. They may miss some of the things that's in our agenda, but that's what they want to do.
Right.
So, I don't have a problem. It's their trip. As long
So
as
when you do that, you just have them do, well, they know where to go. It's not like you have to handhold or babysit anyone. They know how to get back to their hotel or wherever you guys are staying. So
last year, first time we went, I had the hotel to hire a car to pick them up and bring them back to the hotel.
look at this, y'all. Did y'all hear what she said?
Well,
She said she had the
they
hotel hire a car to bring them back. What kind of travel? What?
well they they paid for it, but
But
I
still, you
had to set
coordinated
it
it.
up. Yes, I had to
You
get it set up
coordinated it.
because they didn't know how
So
they would get back to Jersey, New Jersey. So yeah, I
I'd be so scared to walk, run off by myself. I mean, I'm going. Look, Annette, you'll look
you
around, and be like, "Why are you standing up under me so much?" Because I'm scared. I'd be so, I'd be a nervous wreck. I'm gonna run all the way to
remember how I
New
was on
Jersey
the
by myself. Mm-mm.
you remember how I was when we went to the Bahamas? I was a scared sister in the You had to calm me down.
And we still, y'all. Me and that guy, girl, we I still think about that trip.
No, I can laugh about it now. It wasn't funny then. No.
I got stuck in this place. I just wanted to run to the bathroom, y'all. That's all I wanted to do. And
She
then
had
follow
to
me.
leave the group. Had to leave the group.
We left the group, and then we couldn't get out of this place that we were not supposed to be in anyway. Jewel was just showing us around at where were we at? The I can see it, but I
That
can't
big
think of it.
resort, that big resort is
Yes.
there.
So we
We
caught
wanted to
ourselves going where we weren't supposed to go, and we went to the restroom, came out, security guards like, no, you cannot leave. And our group was right there. Jewel was right there. Her hand was reaching out to us. We were right there. They would not let us cross that line. I said, but our bus is about to leave. Our driver's about to leave. Them security guys were not having it. We had to stay in there until we found our way out some kind of way. We had to go all the way back around. It was a
it took
mess.
us a minute, didn't it? I
Then
was
the
scared.
driver came to the back and we still wouldn't go with him. Like, we don't know you. Where's the rest of our group? We still wouldn't go with him because we were so scared.
Well, that's when you're in the
Hilarious.
traveling, but
We were something else. But we
yeah.
had a good time though. We were laughing about it like Annette said, we laughing about it now. But I was taking pictures of license plates, the person driving the truck. I was taking a picture of everything.
We didn't trust no one. How
Sending
we
it back
traveling
home.
like that, girl?
I was sending license plate numbers back home. It was a mess. But anyway, that's why it's time for us to have another cruise. We need to laugh more.
Yeah,
Um,
especially after that pandemic, really
oh
shut down the business for a couple of years. But
yeah,
you know,
everybody ready to get out.
yeah, definitely because
So you
business
cover
has picked up.
yes. And then I think you see a lot more people going. A lot more people sort of age. They still like on the edge. They don't really want to move. But that's not stopping a lot of other people because they travel. They getting up out of here. I see
Well,
those
yeah,
pictures. I say people moving around.
you see the price of airfare now. It's
Girl,
ridiculous.
out of control.
Yeah,
And they know they're gonna get the money. It's
yep,
like house prices, home prices. They gonna get the money. People gonna travel.
definitely.
So you know what? In that, I wish I would have jumped up on those cruise prices when they were like $200 last year and 100 and
Yeah,
something. And I was like,
look, I logged into my Carnival account just to see if maybe one slipped in there.
they were literally giving them away.
They were.
Yeah, we weren't thinking about it. It was like, you ain't going on no cruise. Um, but it would have been an investment to get it early while they were trying to give them away because they back up, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, Savannah, you talked about Savannah, New York, and then you talk about the cruise, the larger cruise line we're going on
Right.
at the end of the year. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. What? Tell me more about. Um, oh, what? Give me three. And I didn't ask. I know we. I wanted to you ask me what questions I'm going to ask, but I'm just now thinking about this. What are the top 3 things that you think people need to know about traveling before they go, especially post COVID, all this other traveling stuff you got to have or not have? And, what are 3 things that you can think of that people may not be ready for when they're traveling?
Well, I'm not sure if they not ready. Some people just don't want to spend the extra money, but you definitely want insurance.
Oh, good.
Don't skip out on the insurance. I'll tell anyone. I used to travel without insurance because it's like, oh, I'm not canceling my trip.
Hmm.
But they'll cancel your trip for you and charge you. So you want to make sure that
I love
you
it.
have insurance, especially when going flying international, of course, and when you're cruising, when you go into those islands, because things happen. You
Mm,
don't you don't know what's going to happen, and if you want to get back into the United States, um, without coming out of your pocket, have
mm,
that insurance
mm.
and have that passport. I wouldn't go anywhere right now without a passport.
Yes, I like that.
You definitely want to get a passport. A passport.
Hmm.
Something else to consider, which I will be talking about in my upcoming series,
I
is,
love it. I've been trying to get her to do this, y'all.
the difference between TSA and global entry, and why you should really consider that, especially
Okay.
when flying, um,
Hmm.
and the things what's required for you to get that TSA pre-check.
Okay.
You don't have to go through all that, taking your shoes off and all that stuff.
Hmm.
That
Y-
long line.
Yeah, we went on a trip and Annette passed me by and went to a different line. I'm like, how'd she get that? We all up in a long line. She passing us by, almost like waving at us, like going to. I said, how you get the TSA? It was just crazy. So
Well,
yes,
that's the
she's
flight
right,
you
y'all.
missed. You missed that flight, didn't you?
Yeah.
That's the difference. Oh, that's the difference. You
I
ain't got to stand
did.
in that whole line. But
It's
I'm
a
trying
flight. I'm
to
like,
tell them people, my plane getting ready to leave. Can y'all let me through, please?
damn it, I had to miss that flight. And they're just rolling through there. I said, look at this girl just walking through like she just like a TSA approved. And she
Yes,
was TSA approved.
yes. And there's a
So
difference.
yes.
And then you want to know, you really want to stay on top of the COVID situation and
Yes.
all the testing, because it's so fluid and it changes so fast.
Hmm.
Make sure make sure you talk to your travel agent about that, and she'll get you straight.
I like that. I like that
That's a
because
consultation. So you will know definitely
mhm,
what to expect when you're trying to re-enter the United States, the US.
that's a good one.
Yeah.
Speaking of consultations, see, questions come about based on what you say. Speaking of consultations, do you charge a consulting fee for people who, like this, need to know, prepare, plan, or whatever if they're going somewhere? You don't have to, per se, have planned the trip for them, but they may have questions
Yeah.
if they're traveling.
Yes. So, that's kind of sticky subject, but yes, I have started charging a consultation fee, as far as, especially if you want me to check out, find a trip for all inclusive.
Hmm.
That's not a free service anymore, because you spend so much time
Oh, I can imagine.
trying to put a trip together, getting an itinerary together to give it to someone who will go and book it themselves
Mm,
or
mm,
book it
mm,
with someone else. So,
mhm.
yes, there is a consultation fee for that. There will be, it just kind of depends on what the subject matter is and
Right,
how deep you have to go into it, as far as how much it costs.
right.
Mhm.
But I like that because
Travel agents are actually going that way. Yes.
oh, I bet. I
Mhm.
bet. Because it's just so I can't imagine the work that's involved in the research, looking up stuff. And like you said, because everybody's price shopping. Just like they
Oh,
get on a price line looking for trips, they hit you up and have you giving them prices just to
what,
go on price line.
girl?
You be like, what the?
You know how many times I've done that? I got burned a couple of times. I'm like, I'm going to. And when I started reading up on what other travel agents are doing, I noticed that they have a fee structure for it. I'm like,
Hmm.
yeah, because, and that makes sense, because I don't get paid if
Mm,
you don't go on the trip. You know,
mm,
if I don't book it for you, I don't get paid. So yeah, that's,
mhm.
yes, definitely charge for that.
So she ain't nothing, y'all. She just telling y'all now. Don't come to her asking no questions. Only thing you can ask her is, "What's your consultation fee?" You can ask that question.
Ask that first. I've had
First.
people that ask me, Linda, that tell me, I have already looked, but I want to see what you come up with. Okay.
At least they're honest. Letting you know you can ready to do some work for them, but they've already
They
looked.
think it's free. No, no, it's not. Don't work like that anymore.
Yeah, and I'm sure you let them know, just like you said. Nope, don't work like that anymore. My fee is
Yeah.
before I start searching. This is my search fee. So
Hmm.
I like that because I can, like I said, I can imagine it's a lot of work, and your
Yeah,
time is valuable. You just everybody's time is valuable if they're doing something for someone else. But it's
definitely.
up to you to put a dollar amount on what that time is worth. Your time to crack open your computer to start looking for something.
And especially the ones that don't know where they really want to go or
Hmm.
have an idea but don't know what they want to do. So you have to take all, it's so much information that the TA needs to get
Hmm.
to even start the trip.
Right.
My first question though is what is your budget? You know, how much do you want to spend? Because that's
I
gonna
like that.
determine a lot. Yeah.
That determines if you going on a raft or you going on a cruise.
Absolutely. That determines a lot.
Depending on your budget, if you go on the route of a raft or the cruise. But
Mhm.
so yeah, I like that. So yeah, I like that, Annette. So anything else you want to share while we're talking? Because again, she just mentioned she's going to be doing a series called the Sister Says. Sister Series is all about travel, all things travel. So she's going to be talking about, she gave you three things she's going to be talking about: TSA versus regular, your passport, and all the above. If you jump on here in the replay, please put down some questions that you may want to know about or you want her to talk about in her series because it's going to be all things travel. And I'm just saying, I don't know what's the title of her show going to be. I just made that up.
Yeah, I'll
Um,
think of
all,
some.
she'll have a title. But I say all things travel. That's the first thing come to my mind. She'll have a topic, a title, and you'll be seeing her day that she'll do it.
Hmm.
I think you're looking at biweekly.
Bi-weekly. Yeah.
Okay, so it'll be a bi-weekly series, and she'll let you know. You'll see on our group, and I'll talk more about it. It'll be popping up on what day and time she's going to be having it. Do you know if it's going to be 30 minutes, an hour, 20 minutes?
No, it's gonna
Could be,
be. It's not gonna be longer than 30 minutes. I can tell
yep,
you.
nice little 20, 30-minute show. Yep.
Yeah, about 20.
Enough for you guys, her to pick her topic and for you guys to pop on there, ask some questions,
Hmm.
comment, do whatever you need to do. There will be a replay on it. It'll also show up in our House of TV, like I mentioned in the beginning of this show. It'll be on the YouTube channel. Used to be our Hidden in Plain Sight YouTube channel, but it's now Hasu TV. So all of these shows, Sister Says, Hidden in Plain Sight, all of our shows would be under Hasu TV, and hers would be there as well, and other Hasu members or individuals who want to do their own series. It'll also be up under Hasu TV as well. But I look forward to hearing your topics and see what you're going to be talking
Yeah,
about and
I'm
having
excited.
your regular, consistent travel series.
Yeah,
Because I
I'm
can
excited
imagine you have a
about
lot to talk about.
it. Yeah.
Okay. So, anything else you want to share before we let people know where to find you at?
Um. Yeah, they can go to my web page, not my web page, my Facebook page. Oh yeah, there it
Okay.
is. Great
Yep. We're
destination.
going to go her Facebook page. So, you can go to her Facebook page here. And of course, you'll see this in a recording when you come back on here. So, you don't have to worry about writing it down. This the stream will stay up. So it'll be facebook.com. I mean, yeah, facebook.com/great destinations one. www.facebook.com/great destinations one is her Facebook page. And of course, you can also email Annette if you have any questions. Is this your correct? Hopefully, it's your correct email. Is that a good email? Great
Is it?
destinations.
Yep. Great
Okay,
destination
you can email.
6 at
Oh,
gmail.com.
616.
Yeah.
Yep. Can you say that again, Annette?
Great
Great.
destinations 616 at gmail.com.
I like it to come from her mouth, y'all, because I be done messed up some stuff. But you see, I was almost forgot the 616. I'm looking right at it and saying, great destination at gmail.com. So, yes, the 616. So, you also can email Annette as well about any of the trips she mentioned, because she mentioned some good trips, y'all. It sounds like y'all still have time to jump on it. if y'all want to jump on some of the shows some of the trips
The
that's coming up.
upcoming
So you
trips.
know where to find her.
Linda, I just want to mention that I'm going to be planning some throughout the summer too, some short trips. A
Oh,
couple
nice.
trips. Yeah, definitely.
Short trips. What is local Michigan trips or local within
Some may
around?
be some may be Michigan.
Okay.
I'm looking at a couple. I'll let them know
Okay.
on my series.
Oh, y'all know y'all better stay on this one because y'all gonna miss something. I like the way she said it, my series. So on her travel series, y'all gonna miss something if y'all don't show up. So y'all, I'm telling y'all, I'm just curious to see what she gonna be talking about now.
Mhm.
So it's gonna be a bi-weekly series, and that's how you're gonna catch up by just either being on her Facebook page when she posts, or either on the series. Just sorry. She already told you where to find her at. So hopefully y'all can keep up and find her. So yes, I'm looking forward to the series and just seeing some things that's going on. I'm traveling Saturday. Saturday, going to see my mom in Louisiana. You know, I'm always glad to go home.
Yeah.
Always excited about going home. So we're flying out of Detroit, and I don't like flying out of Detroit, but my daughter wants to fly with the kids, so I'm going to help her basically. So I'd rather fly right out of Baton Rouge. I've been flying out of Grand Rapids
Grand
to Baton Rouge.
Rapids, I
Yep,
know.
they're all
Yep.
like that, driving the Detroit stuff. So yeah, so I guess I'll see. Um, has anything really changed? I'm still wearing my mask. I don't care if they say no mask. I'm still wearing my mask when I travel.
Definitely.
So yep. So I know I'm getting out of here Saturday and coming back next week. So yes, just want to make sure I got this show in before I took off though. Anybody want to learn about Hasu and how to be a guest on Hidden in Plain Sight, or have your own series, Sister Says, Sister Series? You can find me here at Team Hasu Network at gmail.com. Team Hasu Network at gmail.com to learn about being on any of these online platforms to promote your business and to be on our Hasu TV channel on YouTube. And of course, if you want to learn about Hookah Sister Up, for those who don't know, you can find more about Hookah Sister Up at hasucollaborative.com, hasucollaborative.com, to become a member and find out some benefits of being a member and some other stuff going on, like our new newsletter. So, yes, all
Uh-oh.
kinds of things going on. Making the list. So, Making the List is a newsletter that dropped. I think we have to have two so far. So this is the third one coming out. And I don't want to get into this because there's just so many different platforms under Hookah Sister Up brand where you can promote your business, be seen and heard, and all the above. So yes. Whew.
Thank you, Linda. I really
Thank you,
appreciate this
Annette.
opportunity. Yeah, you should have never put me on here, honey.
Girl, you know I've been trying to get you on here, so I'm so
I
you.
know.
And I was like, all right, ready. Are you ready? I said, I said, what day would you like? What did I say? Tuesday or pick one.
Yes, you did. Not very many options, but
I
I
know, but
just
she
went
did
on
it,
with it.
y'all.
Yeah,
She did it,
glad I
and
did.
that's why I do this to make sure that we all come from behind the computer and get out and be seen, and especially in the business that Annette is in. You know, she's doing all the busy work behind the scenes, so you need to know who she is and see her lovely face and know that you're going to be in the right hands when you book that trip. Because look at her,
Yeah.
you can't go wrong.
Oh, yeah.
She got So you want to be seen, and we want people to know who's behind the great destinations travel business. So
Yeah.
thank you, Annette, for doing this. I'm so glad you didn't back out. You did it. I'm so excited
Yeah.
for you because y'all just don't know how I be pushing these members and women to get out here and take advantage of their benefits and take advantage of all these platforms to get out here and talk about their business. So she will be back, whether
Yeah.
it's on in plain sight or whether it's on her own series. She'll be back in many different forms. So thank you. Stay
Thank you.
with me as I log off.
Okay.
Um, for everybody who come on the replay, please hook up Annette by getting on some of her trips, and make sure y'all hook a sister up by
Yeah.
joining as a member, or there's also a la carte service if you don't want to be a member. You don't have to pay the yearly membership fee. You'll just be paying per service. Kind of expensive, but again, I encourage people just buy the annual membership because by the time you do the a la carte, it's going to cost you to promote your business on all these different platforms. That's all I have to say for that. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you on our next Sister Says Sister series or Hook a Sister Up. And thanks again. Make sure you share and have a good day. Or should I say good night?